Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer, and this movie came out in 1997, and I thought this movie was pretty bad. I didn't like it very much at all, and I thought some of the deaths in the movie were kind of fun, but most of the violence is either off-screen or just kind of dull and boring, and the best thing about it are the kills, and the first kill doesn't happen until like 40 minutes into the movie, and well, as far as the main slasher villain of the movie, when he gets the first kill, that first kill is 40 minutes into the movie. So if you're expecting like a slasher movie, you're not really going to be satisfied because there are so few characters that die in this movie that it's just kind of boring. And one of my biggest issues with the movie is that none of the characters in this movie are likable, and they're just idiots, and I barely know anything about them, and they don't really develop them, and the things that they do develop, it's barely anything. They say that, these characters broke up at a certain point in time, like from the opening sequence, I'll say, of the movie to 1 year later, they broke up. I didn't like the music in the movie. I thought it was really distracting, and it didn't work in any scene that it was in, and I thought it was a bad score overall, and the soundtrack choices were also bad. I didn't like any of the song choices that they had in the movie. And I'm going to talk about the villain, so I guess spoilers, but honestly, who cares? Because I believe that if you spoil a bad movie, then no one's going to care. That's just my opinion. So, spoilers if you don't want to hear anything about I Know What You Did Last Summer any more than you already have, but here we go. Spoilers. The main villain of the movie, I was expecting like some kind of twist, like Scream or something. Like the villain is being built up, like there's a reason for things to be happening in the way that they are, and Scream is also kind of self-aware because it's a horror movie, but also a satire of horror movies, and it knows what it is, and it achieves what it wants to. This movie has no idea what it is, and it's taking itself very seriously, and the villain of the movie is just a dude. And they don't really explain how he got to any of these characters, and the way he gets to them is he writes them like a note saying that I know what you did last summer, and he gets them all back into this one town where this murder was happened, because that's the thing that they're kind of covering up. And once we get to that reveal, I was expecting us to learn how he got to find out where these characters were, or how he was able to pull off these things, or who this character means to the death of everyone around them, and what he means to everyone else in the movie, like to our main group of characters. And he's just a dude that none of these four characters met ever that we saw, and one character is kind of in on it, I think, like maybe, I don't even remember. And the final action scene took place on a boat, and the villain was just like following our main characters around on this boat, and the way he behaved, he was straight out of a cartoon. That's how bad he was. And every once in a while, I would just find a moment where I was laughing my butt off. And he kind of behaved like a Terminator. I'm not even kidding. He was just moving around like a machine, like in the Terminator. And like you try to hit him, it's like he knows exactly which way to move, and sure, you can do all that, I guess, but it kind of makes him feel less like a human being and more like an invincible existence. And the ending of the movie doesn't really make any sense. Like, how did you find this girl? Really? How did you find our main character? Movie never explains it, and I guess it's supposed to be ambiguous so that it's supposed to play with your head and make you think, oh, it doesn't matter because there's a fear of the unknown. But since I wasn't engaged in this movie at all, and I just find everything so stupid. And this movie has no idea how stupid it is. I have no choice but to question it, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, at the very least, if the movie made sense up until that point, I could forgive it, but it doesn't, and it's the cheesiest ending they could have possibly gone with, and I was left upset. And I have so many issues with just, like, little things throughout the movie, like one of the characters being able to kick open a police car window. She just, like, kicks it, and, like, immediately the glass breaks. I'm like, isn't that, like, really impossible to break or something? Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna take more than just, like, a couple kicks to like, kick open a window and break it. And, like, this movie has, like, the classic, they just pick and choose what the villain is capable of, and he's able to teleport somehow from point A to point B. This movie does that quite a few times. And there's some really obnoxious jump scares in the movie. And some are false, like a character just tapping on the window like, hey! And like trying to get your attention. Those are always fun. And that's about all I have to say about I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's a poorly thought through mess. It's stupid. It has no idea how stupid it is. It's not self-aware in the slightest. The characters are awful. And I thought the story was really stupid. There was nothing here for me to like, really. I didn't think any of the performances were like that great either. And that's mostly to do with the characters. Like, I never bought any of the characters in this movie as real people. Like, they would make decisions like this, and that was really annoying. And the only things that I enjoyed about it were just the violence and just the really funny parts where it wasn't even trying to be funny. So skip this one. It's not even worth checking out if you're looking for a funny bad movie, because this movie has basically nothing. And with all that being said, I'm going to give I Know What You Did Last Summer a 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.